So we want to take a look at a little demo of how to actually create scripts and run them, talk about some things about them. So I've created a directory here called scripts in my home directory. I've actually created two. Let's look at our first one, sample.sh. I'll put the shebang up here. Using Vim, I said echo hello world. I'm going to do chmod u plus x on sample.sh. If I do ls minus l on sample.sh, and see, just make sure, now I've changed permissions before on this, but at least make sure the user has permissions. To run it, we'll do a /sample.sh, and that runs the script. And we'll look at other examples of how to run it in a second. But that was really very exciting. I mean, you could just type echo hello world from the command line, but we're just looking at how to, some examples here. Let's look at sample2.sh. So here's an example. We have the shebang here at the top, signifying this is the interpreter we're going to use. This says, hey, we're going to print out a prompt, and then we're going to read in a variable. Whatever they type in, we're going to store in a variable called name, and then I can echo out the value of name down here. So let's run that. Make sure it's chmoded plus u plus x sample2.sh, sample2.sh, Tommy. Great. So it asked me, it paused, it prompted me for the name. I typed in a name and it echoed it back out to me. So we're gradually getting a little bit more complex. Okay, so now I've created script3.sh. Here's an example of a loop. A lot of different ways to do a loop. This one's slightly different than in my slides, but it does the same thing. So this says generate the numbers 1 through 10 and copy number 1 into I the first time you go through the loop, and then we'll print it out. So, and then I chmod it, and I can run it. Well, okay, well, let's just go tinker with that one for just a second. Maybe I will do something like, now creating the file, file underscore I, and we will touch file underscore $i and see if it creates it. Let's just do that. So run it again. Now creating the file. Oh, there they are. Just created them all. Let's remove that again just to whatever show you that's true. Awesome. So example of a loop, and created all these different files for us. Okay, here's a slightly different example. Script 4. What did I change? Well, I have a loop, but this time it's looping through all the files in a particular directory. So if you look here, I've created a directory called files. And if I look inside of that directory, you see a bunch of files. But my script also says, let's loop through each one of those files and print them out. Or just, you are looking at file F. So if I run that, you're looking at whatever. So I loop through all the files. We'll need to know how to do that for our assignment. Well, let's add to that a little bit. And we could say, I want to store that in a variable. So let's do something like grep for, let's just grep for the number 5 in $f. And actually, and it's not looking, let's see. So let's do it like this. Echo $f grep for the number 5. And let's store that. Well, we could store it in a variable. Let's not store it in a variable yet. We could say echo the results of the previous operation. $question mark captures the results of that previous operation. Let's just see what it does at that point. So script 4. Oh, okay. So here it prints out 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, but then it gets to F5. So this one is the one that actually has a 5 in it. It gives us a 0. Oh, wow. So we could use this in a test expression and say, well, if the results of that previous operation gave us a 0, that means it actually had a number 5. So I'm going to try that. Oops. Script 4. All right. So if, and I have to remove this. I can't have it twice. So if the results of the previous operation, let's try this comparison operator first. If it was equal to 0, then echo, yay, this is number 5. Let's just see if that works. So if the results of previous operation were 0, let's see if it prints out that message. And so I'm going to run that again. Sweet. So I've demonstrated then how to capture the results of a previous operation and test to see if that previous operation was successful. When it was successful, I was able to print out a number. And I think that should help you for your assignment. I think that's giving you all the information you need in order to complete that task.